back, everybody, to the Collaboration Connection Project. This is the final sharing call. We did our final question set together on Maria Filar's channel, and you can look back on that for Tuesday. Today, we're going to talk about what we really like about one another and be as honest as possible, saying things that we might not say to someone that we've just met. Now, today with me, I have Maria Filar from the Maria Filar channel. We have Alison from Allie the Unicorn, and we have Lindsay from Me A Latte.
Well, Lindsay, what I really like about you is I just love how beautiful you are, both inside and outside. You just have a very, very pretty face, and I really like your gentle demeanor and just how calm you are, and how much you are just willing to open up and share yourself with others. That's not an easy thing to do, especially online. So I commend you for that, and I just really like how easygoing you are as well. You're just like, well, this is the thing that's happening. We're just gonna go with it, whatever, and see what happens. So,
thanks, Alison. And what I really like about you is I love how bubbly, quirky, and energetic you are. Whenever I talk to you and whenever I watch your videos, it always perks me up. It always gives me a little energy boost, and I always find myself laughing at your content. And I love how friendly you are. Like I said, I think in the last video, the fact that you reached out to me and the other people as well, I think is really nice. And I also think you're very beautiful on the inside and out. And I find too that you can also, even though I think you joke around a lot, I think you can also be very serious. And I find you to also be really relatable. You're easygoing, you're easy to talk to. And yeah, I just really admire, your whole thing that you have going on, especially with your energy, because I'm not as energetic as you are. I'm a little bit more calm and laid back. So it's nice to talk with somebody who's kind of the opposite in that way. So yeah.
thank you.
So Tanya, you are a very supportive person. I've mentioned it before, but from the beginning of us being friends on Instagram, you were always very supportive in wanting to help me, even though we really didn't know each other, which is, lots of people don't take the time to care. And so I really appreciate how caring you are. And you're just a very warm person, and you can tell even just from your little daily gratitude videos how thoughtful and caring you are, and how you can see the good in things even when there might not be anything good to see. So that is a shining beacon of light that I love. So you're very warm and supportive, and I'm glad to call you a friend.
Thank you. Thank you. So Maria, I think you have beautiful eyes, and I think they are, as I would call it, they're bedroom eyes, very sexy. I think that you are adorable, absolutely adorable, and yet you are very strong. So yeah, the combination is really appealing and enticing, and it draws you in. I think that your dedication, I mentioned last time your dedication to causes, but what I really like about you is you remind me to walk my walk. And you call people when they don't. You call people out on that. And that takes a lot of courage and strength and integrity. I think that aside from being adorable, you have a great sense of humor, and I think you're a hidden comedian. You're very caring about others. You see the good in people, and you see their strengths. And I think you're incredibly talented as a designer. Your designs are arresting, and they're really cheerful without being cutesy and easily dismissed. They have really strong and powerful messages. And really, I just think you're a beautiful soul. And I think that we're kindred spirits. And I am also very grateful to call you a friend.
Thank you.
All right, so Maria, what I really like about you is just overall how passionate you are and how relatable you are as a person. I find that you've helped me to open up more, to be more vulnerable, and kind of speaking of what Tanya was talking about with those like more societal issues and things. Before, I'd always be somebody that would just be like, oh, like I really care about these things, but I wouldn't normally want to take action on them. And I feel like now I'm kind of like, oh, like I really should do that. Like there's definitely some importance to that. And I love like your messages on like your Instagram post talking about like when I see those posts, I really take the time to read through it, and it really does have an effect on me. And I really love your overall aesthetics as well. So your Instagram aesthetics, but also your clothing, your makeup, your style. I find it really beautiful and very cute. I love it. And yeah, I just find that you're very easy to talk to. You've helped me to feel more open with, yeah, like I said before, opening up about myself, but also like even with like the texting thing, like I've said before, I don't normally like text a lot, but I don't know, like I find it easy to talk to you like over Messenger and things like that, and in the comments on YouTube. Yeah.
Thanks. That's just, I prefer to text. So like, I'm good at the conversation there. So I'm glad that I've opened things up. Lindsay, I don't know what it is about you, but like, you're just so cool. Like I can't even really explain why I'm drawn to you, but you're just like so chill. And I think I really relate and like am drawn to really chill people. Like people that are like too crazy, I'm just like, I can't handle this. So like you're very calming, and like I've said before, just how knowledgeable you are about everything and just how smart you are, I'm just really drawn to that. And you're so friendly and approachable. You know, and it can be kind of hard to be chill and approachable because I've mentioned before, you know, the RBF can fend people away.
Mm-hmm.
So you have a way of being chill but still being approachable, which is awesome. And I've really enjoyed watching your videos and learning things from everything that you've talked about. I know your content is a lot about INFJs. I'm an INFP, but I still relate to a lot of what you talk about, and I'm constantly impressed by how much you know about it and how you can just like talk for a half hour about it like nothing. And I'm, you know, eloquence is commendable and I'm into it. So I think you're pretty rad.
Well, thank you.
So Maria, what I really like about you is I like how funny you are, and I really adore your sense of style, and you are beautiful. Your artwork is really cool, and it's interesting because you present it in a way that's very like with sort of a softness and with colors that are normally very relaxing and calming, and yet sometimes the messages are so sharp. Like they're so incredibly convicting, and yet it's juxtaposed with these soft cursive letters and these like light pinks or yellows and stuff, and I just really like that contrast. So I really enjoy how you do that. I like how easygoing you are, how open and honest you are about things. You're just like, yeah, here's the thing that happened, and you know, here's how I'm trying to work toward it, and also how you're not afraid to speak out for against certain social issues. Like even just your posts on Instagram this past week were incredibly powerful. So.
Yeah, I mean, it's important that we use our voice. So that's what I'm trying to do. Thank you, Alison. I could say the same for you. I mean, you have your convictions, and I admire anyone that has strong convictions, that has, you know, that speaks out for things they believe in a constructive way. And I think you do that too. I think you're willing to learn and take people's opinions and feedback which can be very hard. Some people are very stubborn about that. I know from experience. So I appreciate your open-mindedness, and I don't want to repeat what everyone said, but like your energy is in, when I was talking about how chill Lindsay was, like you are upbeat and positive. You're not like crazy annoying like I was. Like you're like the perfect amount of just like, you just have like a bubbly aura to you. Like it's obvious that you love life, and that's so great to see.
Thank you.
And you're just, like I've said, your sense of humor, like your videos, I love your edits. Your last video where your cat's butt made an appearance, I was into that. So you're just so happy and friendly, and that's such a good quality to have, because there's so much sadness and negativity in the world. So
Well, that
positivity and love is amazing.
thank you. And that is the joy of Jesus that lives within me. I can't take credit for that.
Yeah, definitely.
So Tanya, I first and foremost, can I just say I really enjoy your taste in masks. Like we were watching the Frank James live the other day, and he's like, "Thanks to 10,000 days of gratitude for this mask." And I don't even remember 100% what it looked like, but it was very intense. I'm like, whoa, that is a serious mask. So just your generosity in that respect, being very generous with people and looking out for their practical needs. Like, here's something cool I'm going to send them, but also something that they need, which I really appreciate. That's I think that's the S in me, the sensor being like, yay, that's practical. So just your generosity there, and just the fact that you're willing to reach out to people and bring them together. Like you're the one who sort of reached out to all of us and said, hey, let's come together and do this thing. And you were the ones who started commenting on, at least on my videos, often, showing your support and giving some feedback and, engaging in discussion. So I really appreciate that, because not a lot of people will often reach out to engage others. They'll want people to engage with them, but they won't, try to show their support as well. So I very much appreciate that. And then finally, just the positivity you try to spread, especially with your YouTube channel, sort of formulating around gratitude and thankfulness and trying to teach that and share that with people.
Thank you. First, I would like to say that the mask was made by a friend of mine, plasticjesus. He's a street artist in LA. And Maria Filar also has some gorgeous masks that I bought for another friend of mine. So do check it out on 5i Studio. Alison, I'm going to start with the superficial first. I love your beautiful hair. It's actually not as long today as it normally is, because
this is day 2 hair, so it's twisted back. I don't know what to do with my hair. I'm going to do something with it.
You have a kind of, ivory dove, I don't know, like a purity to you that really
I thought you were talking about, I'm like, I'm red as a tomato right now. What are you talking about?
No, it's a purity, and that I think comes from within, and as everyone has said, it comes from your faith. It really shines through, this purity and wholesomeness. That's the word I was looking for. This wholesome, you have a real wholesome quality, and I really admire your modesty. And that is not a quality that is celebrated in today's culture, but it's really admirable. And I think that you give a positive contribution to everything that you do. You're, as everybody has said, cheerful and bubbly and funny, but I have never seen you complain. And that is, again, a very admirable quality. There's something that I just realized that I've never said, and that is that you have an obvious love of children and of giving and serving. And again, what a great quality. So yeah, there's a lot of things that I really admire about you that I don't think gets celebrated enough in modern culture. And so I hope that you take that in and really celebrate yourself.
Thank you.
Just hearing you, just like a side note, but Tanya, you're just great. Like the stuff you come up with. I love it. Okay. So Tanya, what I really like about you is how open you are, how warm you are, and how vulnerable you are. You've come across. So whenever I talk with you or I watch your videos, I always find that I'm nodding along or I'm like yelling out yes to the screen because I really relate to what you have to say, you know, even despite different upbringings and our age difference. So I really admire how courageous you are too, and how open you are with talking about specific things on your channel and on here as well. I know that some of the questions were more difficult for you to answer, and I thought you did a really good job with that. I really like how you speak as well. I like your voice. I like your calm demeanor. And yes, I also love how friendly you are. I love how supportive you are of myself and of other people on YouTube. I think it's great. I love reading your comments. They're really thoughtful. I love how thoughtful you are. I love how adventurous you are as well, and how courageous you are. The fact that you were able to, you know, move to different countries is really admirable to me. Like, I'd love to do something like that someday, but to me, it seems like such a big thing. And I really think that you're courageous for doing that. And I love how positive you are as well, and how you know, appreciate the little things in life. I think that's great.
Thank you. Again, I'm going to start with the superficial with you. I just think you have the most amazing porcelain skin, and you have a beautiful smile. And I noticed that you have a little birthmark that is so hot and sexy. And I would throw back at you the courage and vulnerability. You are a very courageous soul. And I really admire how you always try to bring your most intimate side to your videos. I love your dry sense of humor. And I think that you're very forthright. I don't think that you see it in yourself, but I think that you're an incredibly confident and definitely courageous person. I think you're quiet and quietly caring. And if there's something that is to be noticed, you will notice it. And particularly if it is about a person, you'll remember it, you'll take note, and then you will find a way to be caring and remember that to the person. And that's such an admirable quality. So yeah, I think you're great. I have to echo Maria. I think you're really cool.
Thank you.
Well, all right, ladies, that was kind of a love fest. Our next session will be our final wrap-up call, and that will be posted on Tuesday. And I will have back with me Lindsay from Love Me A Latte. I'll have Alison from Allie the Unicorn, and I'll have Maria from Maria Filar. And of course, I'll be here too. We'll see you then. Bye.